It's Monday, episode 4937. I'm alive, and it's another day. Today, it's Monday, and the weeks are coming in circles, and they're around. What the hell? Excuse me. Carl Senior, hello. Here I am over here in the corner. I'm going to get in the middle, do this thing. Look at the date, see? Boom, boom, boom. Why is there an F up there? How long has that been there? It's Monday. I'm going to fix this F. Look at this. F. There. You can watch this thing. You ever seen this show before? Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to another production of a program. You're on TV once again today. Turn on the machines and live forever. I'm alive, and I made it all the way back around here to another Monday. Yet another day. Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. You know that happy day? You remember Happy Days? How old are you? They even show that on TV anymore. Happy Days is a show about the 70s that was made in the... No, it's a show about the 50s that was made in the 80s? 70s. It was made in the 70s, about the 50s. There was that 70s show in the 90s. There was a 90s show. It wasn't called... It wasn't as... Well, Happy Days isn't, like, in the title, because there was that 70s show, which was really blatant, and then they tried to make that 80s show and that 90s show. They didn't do as well. They were not very good. Some shows just have the je ne sais quoi. And, you know, that 70s show had the je ne sais quoi. Because most of those people moved on to bigger things, except for that one guy who turned out to be you know, bad guy. Hyde. Turns out not a very nice guy, and he kind of played a creepy kind of guy. Turned out to be a creepy kind of guy in life too. Who would have thought, you know? Look out when you're playing these roles. You could be decidedly a creep, and then you're a creep. You know, I don't know why everybody keeps casting me as creeps. I'm not a creep. This is my creep voice. Why does everybody keep casting me as a creep? I'm a regular. Fresh off the boat, though. Not the best title. That was about the 90s and like the, like 4 or 5 years ago when it was that show on TV. That show had that guy from. He's in Marvel now. I don't know his name. But they're gonna make another show. That show was just called Penis. That was about like the 2000s, I believe. Now they're gonna make a show. It's like that 2010 show coming up soon. That 2010 show on Fox coming up soonish. It is Monday. Yesterday I was here on Sunday. Uh-oh, is this working? Are we down? Am I, uh-oh. What happened? We're still recording. I lost the thing. Oh, is it back? Are we back? Are we streaming? I don't know if it's working. How do I know? Oh my god. I think it's working, but is it back to streams? Let's see. Give me a green. Give me a green light. This thing's going up and down. There's no way to know. How do we know? How do I know what's good and bad? It's difficult to know. Alright. Well. Is it working? Yesterday I was here on I don't know anymore. Monday. I'm trying to fix this thing. I was here on Monday and or Sunday. Yesterday was Sunday. Today's Monday. Yesterday. I don't remember it all. I'm ready to join. I don't remember it all yesterday. Yesterday I was here eating tacos. I think I was eating tacos and I did eat the tacos. Tacos were pretty good. I don't think it's working right now. I want to restart this thing. I don't want to. It's not going to stop recording. Nope. Good. Okay. It was tacos and a sope, and it was pretty good, but it gave me a little bit of heartburn later on, and I went and got. I found my Pepto. I was missing the Pepto and I had to go look for it and it was buried and I was like, oh my god, I got heartburn. I need my Pepto-Bismol. And it was like under a bunch of stuff and I was like, maybe I'm gonna go buy more. And then I did end up buying it, but I only have like 5. I only have like 8 left. I don't know how many come in a pack, but kind of similar to sunglasses is like I didn't put it in a certain place. Like, really what I should do is get sunglasses and then, put them strategically in places, and when I take them off, have a shelf for them and put them on a specific shelf, and then when I go get them, when I'm leaving, I have them, and then I know where they are. But really, my system is just like wear them until it's time to not wear them anymore, and then put them down on a flat surface. And then I'm like looking around for a flat surface, and I'm like, oh, there's one, and that's where the sunglasses end up, and that's what I do with pretty much everything, including the Pepto. There's no spaces. Basically, anything. I don't really have any assigned spaces. I don't know. Do you have assigned spaces in your own home? Like, some people have like drawers with assigned things. And you have a closet, and you're like, this closet is the linen closet. And you open up the linen closet, and there's a bunch of linens in there. When we moved into this house, it was about a year ago, about almost a year and a half ago now, actually. Time's flying by, I'm going to tell you. One day it's a year. Half a year later, it's a year and a half. Whoa, what? I'm going to tell you about time. But I don't know, when I moved, I shoved a bunch of stuff into closets, and then I never opened them again. I should probably stop thrifting and really go through the closets and do some inventorying my life. I have a short week. I'm going to go on vacation. Staycation. You'll see it when I'm here on staycation. I'm starting on Wednesday. And then I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's going to be my staycation. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's going to be a long time. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's going to be almost an entire week. 6 days. It's going to be the longest Well, I didn't work for a while. Early 22. Was I going out here? When did I return to the studio? I think I returned to the studio. Oh. It's all kind of blurring together a little bit. I almost worked at a mental asylum, which is not a good name for the place. But I almost worked there. I went there for one day, but I left. But that was like 22 as well. Now it's 24. 23 was a kind of a nothing year. 21, 20. Time. Hospital. Yesterday on Sunday here, eating those tacos, made it back to the house, doing some drawing. Watching TV. Sundays is Curb Your Enthusiasm Sundays for me recently. I've talked about this already, but like Richard Lewis, he's a guy on the show, and he recently died. And he already has completed the show. I guess they canceled the show because the people on it are dying. But Richard Lewis on the show is looks like he's dying, and he was, because he died not too long afterwards, and he looks like he's scary and dying. And it's like, at what point do you stop going on TV? Maybe you're not afraid of my looks. I mean, I look like I'm all frail and dying, don't I? And I'm still here. Maybe I'm one to talk. I need to get a new makeup crew. My makeup crew is not doing a very good job of making me beautiful. Yeah, tacos give me heartburn. I found the Pepto. Went to sleep moderately early to wake up today to go back to work. Only got 2 days though. Then I'm gonna be not working. And then what am I gonna do with myself? I gotta figure that one out. I didn't go on a vacation. I don't like a vacation, but I'm going on a little bit of staycation, but I usually don't take them. Last time I had a vacation, I just used up all my vacation time. Which could have saved it, turns out, but I didn't end up saving it. But I'm using a good amount of it soon. I'm going to see John Waters on Wednesday. I'm thinking about maybe going to Shelton or Lacey. That's my big plans. Lacey. I got my shoes already. Maybe I should organize my home. Hey, for 8 hours? I guess that's what we're supposed to do on the weekends. It's a long time. You know, you like work for 8 hours if you have a job. But who spends 8 hours doing anything else basically other than your job? And 8 hours is like a long time. I definitely would never do anything for 8 hours voluntarily. But I do stuff for 8 hours, 5 days a week, which is like a long time. Most jobs are pretty repetitive by nature. My job is no exception. If you work at a restaurant or whatever, You do this for 8 hours. Like you can clean your house for 8 whole hours. I clean the house for like half an hour. But like I said, everything. You know that movie? Everything, everywhere, all at once. Well, I think that might describe my organizational style. Let me tell you. Is that a joke? I went out to Vic's today. I'm gonna go to trivia after this, and Vic's is on my way here. It's a new one. There used to only be one on the west side, and then they built one in Tumwater, and now there's one on the east side, which was the one I go to, East Side Vic's. It's always very crowded in there. And they have a bartender who dresses like a fancy guy, like with like a vest. It's like the guy's pants are made out of the same material as his vest. And he's got a little thing, and he's like a fancy bartending kind of guy. Let me put you some drinks, sir. He's got like shaking stuff. I don't know how much those drinks are, but it's a little bit dapper. It's a little bit of a dapper dandy to me. I'm not gonna buy drinks anywhere. And if I was gonna buy one, I would just get whiskey and water. That's the only acceptable drink in my book. If you're drinking any of these frou-frou non-whiskey water drinks, I'll take a whiskey and water. Extra water. You can get these frou-frou Daffy Duck, Dapper Dan kind of drinks. Do some good water and some good whiskey. That's what you should be drinking. Dapper Dandy, frou-frou garbage. I don't know how many people are buying cocktails from a pizza restaurant, but I guess it's enough to employ a dapper, matchy vest kind of bartending guy. You know, you get the crack a big piece of ice and then shake it around and stuff. Is that doing anything? The shaking. James Bond wants his martini shaken, not stirred, but I think a martini is just like 2 kinds of liquor. I don't know if there's any oil in it. This is getting it dirty, but I think it's just 2 kinds of liquor. It's like shake it up, don't stir it. I never saw the new ones with Daniel Craig. Never saw it. Excuse me. Let's call my brother. See how he's doing today. Oh! What?
Hello?
Andrew.
What?
It's a program on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah? How are you?
Taking a nap.
You taking a nap? Did I wake you up?
Nope.
Were you trying to sleep but it wasn't working?
Yeah.
What happened? You woke up though? You're waking now?
I'm going back to sleep.
You want to go to sleep right now?
Sure.
Good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Andrew's sleeping. Yeah, we didn't get any messages. You can call the number up there. It's 360-836-4384. And get that thing going. It's down here. I think I was looking at it yesterday.
What's up, future?
Oh yeah, well, and I'm gonna fast forward this tape till the current one to tape the new one, and then, take it from there, one step at a time. Monday, Friday, we're gonna go to today on this back tape, and then get to the now. Yeah, I went to Vic's. I think they're teaching some kids about how to sell pizza. I'm like, okay, here's how you sell pizza. Monday, Thursday, we're gonna go to today, and then queue it up. Maybe we'll look at the last couple of weeks here. I think we'll have time today, or yesterday I tried it. It didn't work out. I'm gonna look at Comic Relief number 4. We get barbecue, sopes, tamales. Is that taco truck still there? Fiesta Tacos. Bye, future. Fiesta Tacos. They were there today, but I went to Vic's across the street. I was just talking about how you can go to Vic's or go to this taco spot. And I went to the taco spot yesterday. It was good, but it did give me a little bit of heartburn. But I'm not gonna blame the tacos on that. Just my weak guts. I didn't exercise my guts enough. It wasn't me, the popcorn. I'm getting myself pilled up here. Maybe it's all these pills. Could be a lot of things. Zinc. I don't know if I got too much zinc. Maybe I should take it easy on the zinc. And I'm also out of vitamin C. Oh, it's falling apart a little bit. It's Comic Relief number 4.
And welcome to Not for Ladies Only.
With Gilda Radner. Don't call that number. I called it yesterday. It was a sex line. Oh, it's, is she playing the German?
Everything. Even my wheel. What? My wheel. Your wheel?
Is she actually German? Or she just always played Germans, like in everything? Oh!
So I really got to current Jimi Hendrix.
It's the guy who's scary and dead.
My favorite musician of all time, and yet I have chest pains, but who cares, quite frankly.
Hey, Richard Lewis,
song,
you
my
look
favorite
like you're
song.
moving around too much. You gotta relax. Now he's dead. He was looking really scared before he died. So people are gonna remember, at least I will, remember him that way instead of like this when he was fresh. Oh man, look at him pace around though. You gotta take it easy. He keeps putting his hand up. Oh, Comic Relief,
For
1990.
only $20 more. Or for $50, for those of you with a calculator, you will receive this too.
Wow. How many shirts do I want? What? Somebody tape this. Oh.
I read actually in Newsweek that a man could do it. He could breastfeed if he was sucked hard enough.
Wow. Bob Saget on Comic Relief, 1990. Don't call that number. It is not Comic Relief anymore. Oh.
Knock it off, buddy. I'm major important in this business. I'm not looking at you. You're embarrassing me. I hate your guts.
Oh, he's doing some crowd work, they call it. Oh, is that...
Hi, I'm from Comic Relief. People would say, no, thank you, we don't.
He's Mexican. More jokes, more Richard Lewis. I'm waiting for the... Oh, here... Oh.
We can improve any situation and certainly improve our universe.
Yeah, where's the homeless section where they...
People know that somebody cares about them.
Who cares?
Comic Relief is people helping people. It's raising consciousness on the issue of homelessness. It's bringing funds, much needed funds, to homeless project sites across this country for medical care, medical needs, emergency medical needs.
These babies are old
And
now.
most importantly, consciousness about us people loving other people and doing something to help.
You think you're better than me?
So far, Comic Relief has touched and changed over 250,000 lives, but the numbers of homeless are still growing. Today, nearly 2 million people in this country call the street their home. Look around and you'll see more families sleeping in cars and in boxes, more children using streets for playgrounds, more women filled with fear. Please, help make a difference. Comic Relief, it's no joke. Call now.
Food for him.
I'd like very much to introduce my song, that my partner's song. I'm a little nervous and my tongue got in the way of my eye tooth and I couldn't see what I was saying.
This is Jerry Lewis. Ivan!
Tracy, I can hear you all right. So anyhow, I would like to, which camera? You're
Talking to you.
I'm waiting for the commercials or the homeless segment instead of the jokes. I guess everybody's got a mullet. 1990s, lots of mullets. What was going on in 1990? You went to go to the barber, and the barber like, how about a mullet? Oh yeah, okay. What they're showing, like old 50s clips for money? You think Laurel and Hardy supported the homeless? And that's going to show up when they're really old. Maybe they could have been alive in the 90s. Oh, is that Laurel and Hardy?
There's nothing that doesn't have big, huge, poofy shoulder pads.
Yeah, it's because you're in the 90s. I couldn't find nothing. All my clothes have poofy shoulders and crazy prints on them. What's going on? It's like what's going on in the days today. It's like what's going on in today's society or something.
Well, keep friends because they move you from one shelter to another shelter, which means that you have to change schools as well. So you really don't get to lock in to any friends. So an awful lot of the people you meet are strangers. Well, when you meet a stranger, you love to put your best foot forward. So you would love to say, oh yes, and I have a home, and my father works. And
oh no! Oh. This is what I want to watch. Right after the Bill Cosby segment. That guy did no good things.
To say anything. But you know you're very, very fortunate, and so am I. Because you have a big home. Right.
Oh, this is big talk.
Yeah, your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the door's like this.
But you know that some people really don't have a home.
Yeah, I know.
These people cut to the homeless.
The other kids were teasing me at school.
The other kids would tease me at school. Uh-oh, pigeon, slow motion homelessness. Give me money. These kids are sad.
Sometimes I see a little girl or a little boy, and they have a paper bag in their hand with all their clothes and stuff.
That's right, because out of 3 million homeless in this country, almost half are families. And that means that 1 out of every 5 homeless people is a child.
Is that what that means?
If we can find a house, I don't know what we're going to do. I feel sad. No one knows me. I don't have no toys, nothing. I've been in 4 schools. Now this is my 5th. I miss my friends. I miss my teacher.
What kind you went to school?
17, 18. I think about that, and I think where we're gonna go, that I can find no answer where we're gonna go.
Where you gonna go, kid?
Most of the families we see are not chronically homeless. Most of them do not abuse drugs.
Text.
They do not have mental illness. I think the work that Comic Relief is doing to help families who are living on the edge, and there are more and more of those nowadays in our country, is really essential. They may be depressed and beaten down because of their experience, but most of these families, with a little bit of help, can get back to a home. And many of those families will not become homeless again.
Hello?
Do you think that Richard Lewis, do you think that Jerry Lewis is Richard Lewis's dad?
Yeah. Hi,
you think he is?
Yeah, right? They got the same last name.
Well, they're both funny men.
They're both funny men. They're both white guys with dark hair. I mean, when was Jerry Lewis famous?
They could have been old because all the Jerry Lewis, he wasn't he the funny guy? He was a long time ago, and Richard Lewis is old. It could be.
Richard Lewis is old. Richard Lewis just died. Jerry Lewis, when did he die? When did he die? Like this week? Maybe like a month ago.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I heard about it. Yeah, that was upsetting. I saw on a show where you said you loved the Curb Your Enthusiasm show. I love that show too.
I've been watching the new season.
I just picked up. I just watched a little bit of the first couple episodes of season 12, and I think I skipped some of the season 11 though. I love it.
Yeah.
When somebody's lying, and Larry gets all up in their face, and he looks at them,
classic.
And that music goes.
That's a classic.
And he's like eyeing the people up really bad, and he'll eye them down, and then he'll go, okay.
Classic. When did Flubber, the original Flubber from the 60s come out? Or was it in the 60s?
When did the original who come out?
Flubber with Jerry Lewis, you know?
Oh, I didn't know that there was an OG Flubber. I only knew that there was
Robin Williams.
The one with my boy Robbie.
No.
Robbie Dubs.
There was an original one. Jerry Lewis did that one. He also did The Nutty Professor, the original.
No way.
There was.
Well, I suppose I will go rewatch them, but you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that he'll do better than Eddie Murphy.
Then Eddie Murphy.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor from the 90s, where he plays the whole family.
Yeah.
But the original one is from the other time, and it's probably not as good. I don't really know Jerry Lewis that much, but I saw his clip. Did you watch the clip from the that I was looking at just now?
I just know that he's the guy who goes like, he goes, nice lady, and like I had some guys at work. They were some older like dudes, and the construction guys I worked with a long time ago, and they would say that like there was this guy, and he would come out and do it. It was Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin, is what they'd say, and then like they'd go, nice lady, and
yeah,
so I YouTubed it maybe once. But what up?
How old were these guys that you were working with? Because they seem like they'd have to be like 100 to be into Jerry Lewis.
They were like 48 or something.
Like when?
I guess they were 48 10 years ago.
So yeah,
so now they're
58.
Yeah.
I mean, still, if you're 58,
I guess so.
If you're 58 now, then when you were like, let's say 15, that was, let's do some math, right? 15, so 50, 60, so let's say 60, 50, 45.
Early to 70s. Oh.
So about 40.
That's what I was gonna say.
45 years ago was like the 80s. So they were like teenagers in like the early 80s. Those guys.
Yeah, but they would probably watch TV and see like the old people channels and like had parents that would, all that thing.
Yeah, their parents liked them. It's the Professor Frink from The Simpsons is supposed to be Jerry Lewis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know that guy?
Which Simpsons character?
Professor Frink.
Professor Frink. I can't put a face to him. I can only remember one professor or scientist type person in the show, and it was the really hunched over little guy.
That's probably the guy. He's got glasses, and he says, "Leaving."
Yeah.
He's the Nutty Professor.
He's the what?
That's what the Nutty Professor was like before he turned suave. So in the original Nutty Professor, he's not fat. He's just a nerd.
Oh.
And then he gets the potion, the Nutty Professor potion, to make him cool. But then he's cool. But then he's a cool guy. But he's just a nerd. In the new one, he's fat, and then he becomes skinny.
Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't seen the Nutty Professor in a long time. I thought that was where he can talk to animals.
That's Dr. Dolittle.
Oh.
Which is also a remake. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was in Dr. Dolittle and the Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Which are both like remakes of Doctor characters.
Getting a lot of wires crossed there.
Well, look, I'm just left my face. Well,
yeah, we ate together. I ate my burrito while you were having a convo. You were talking about, I like to have assigned things in my home. I mean, at least, there's some things that you definitely want to, like, I don't know, like there's the designated drawers, but I don't really know if that counts. But I do, like when I come home from work, I got clothes that are got like all kinds of like nasty dirt and stuff on them, so I put those separate from my other clothes because I don't want them to get on like my nice sweatpants that I wear on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sunday pants.
Yeah. I think it's good to have a Sunday pants. Or I mean, have some. Yeah, I got a pair of sweatpants. They're nice and black.
I try to keep stuff soiled. If they're soiled, away from each other, but I moved into my house about a year ago, but when I was moving in, I just shoved things into closets, and now I don't even know what I own.
That's crazy. What do you like? Would you describe yourself as being really busy all the time?
I'm pretty busy. Well, but I do sit around a good amount of time, but I do a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah. Sometimes I have trouble. I sit around a lot, and I'm thinking about things that I need to do, and I don't actually spend as much time doing some things.
I'm pretty busy.
As I do thinking about.
But
what'd you say?
I'm pretty busy because I do this as well as a regular job.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was talking about doing stuff for 8 hours. You have a job. And you for 8 hours, you're not gonna what are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do for 8 whole hours?
I know, but that's something cool. Like, just think about even if it doesn't have to be 8 hours. Like if I took the hour or something that I probably spend schmoozing in the morning, drinking coffee and reading the news on my phone, which is really just reading stupid bullshit on the phone or whatever, watching I don't know, today's YouTube turd or something from wherever. Yeah. Anyway, if I took that time and I practiced something in the morning, I practiced the piano, you'd play an hour of piano every day.
Yeah.
And just imagine if you had 8 hours. If you took it, there's Steely Dan is a really great band. I just started listening to them this year, and they did it 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day, these two dudes in there writing they wrote all the songs.
8 hours a day or 5 days a week?
8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's the job.
Yeah. What's their big hit song?
The big hit songs from Steely Dan?
Yeah.
They're all good. You should really just listen to Asia. There's a whole album. The whole album is called Asia. It's just called AJA. That was the first one that I listened to, and then I was like, wow! And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Check it out. It's all great. It's really good.
I think my father likes Steely Dan.
everybody should like Steely Dan. But yeah, it is kind of like a dad band. It is in the category of yacht or dad rock. So that's cool.
They had the song from Suicide Squad. From
Which one?
Like the one from like last year, or like the main song from the Suicide Squad trailer, maybe.
Huh. I actually haven't seen the Suicide Squad trailer.
Yeah. I
haven't been to see a movie in a long time. I don't really, and then I just watched a movie the other day. I was hanging out with my guy and like watched a movie, and after I watch a movie, if I sit down for like an hour and a half, I'm like, by the end of the movie, dude, I'm like, okay, I need to get up and go. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I had to, like, do squats to be able to fall asleep. Like, it's too much, way too much consecutive sitting down and focusing on the movie, I think.
You're in Missouri?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I sit a lot. I watch a lot of movies. I want to record a message to the future.
You're going to record a message with me?
To the future.
We did this last time.
Yeah, I do it every day.
Oh, you okay?
All right, here it goes. It's just the past. It's Monday. What do you have to say to the future?
Great job on that thing you did.
Look out for the homeless. Comic Relief Pizza. Monday.
Yeah.
Another day. Did you make it? Bye, future.
Relieve the homeless.
Yeah, they need relief. I never heard of this Comic Relief thing from 1990. Comic Relief 1990. But Bill Cosby was on there. Well. Uh-oh. Did we lose
Bill
him?
Cosby is,
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, like, yeah, I don't know.
He turned out
I don't know.
He turned out to be kind of a bad guy, but he was trying to help the homeless in the 1990.
Yeah. Yeah, but he couldn't keep his hands out of that Jell-O pudding. And he got himself, now he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Didn't he out of jail now? Isn't he out of jail and we're just, like, all cool with it?
Last I heard, he's out of jail.
Yeah, he's old. But still, I mean, like, I understand. I guess nobody's probably going to fall for it now.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Sexy, there's a guy in the chat. Shout out to Dr. Sexy. Says, let's hope his future message is better than last time. My last future message that I said, I can't remember what it said. It was not good, apparently. Not good enough to remember, so, hey.
Everybody's watching the chat. Dr. Sexy, be nice to people.
No, Dr. Sexy is probably nice. Even then, we'll give him a pass because he or she might be sexy. Anyway. And, you know, how much of a pass do you think you would give somebody just for being sexy? Like, can they cut in front of you in line at the grocery store? And they've got like a basket. They've got like 12 things. It's not like one thing.
Less of a pass.
What's that?
Less of a pass. They got to work for it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to even.
So the sexy individual would have to look at you and go, "I'm so sorry. Can I meet him?" Like they'd have to like appraise you in some way, and then you would be like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, if anybody ever asked me if they could stand in front of me in line, I would probably just let them. Is there people behind me in line?
No.
This is like Curb Your Enthusiasm. But like, if there's somebody behind you in line, and then am I in a hurry? What are they doing? Like, why do you want it? Can I go in front of you? Like, my child is choking, and I need to buy this anti-choking grocery device.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, well, okay. But what kind of emergency is it that they need to like be in front of me and be like 5 minutes quicker than whatever they're doing?
Late for a hair appointment.
Yeah, I don't care about hair appointments, and if they're already sexy, then what do they need that for?
Late for an operation.
If they're late for they're late for an operation. It's like, why are you buying groceries right now?
What if they're just having their bangs removed?
Surgically, and then they just need a spot in front of them. I think I would be more apt if they're, I think that I would give anybody the same amount of chance, I'd like to think.
That's good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. If anything, we would let a stanky person get the cut in line, because how often does somebody go out of their way to acknowledge somebody who maybe is looking a little stanky that day?
Stinky,
the cat wants in.
But if they're like, if they're like really, really ugly, I would definitely give them a spot.
Yeah.
And they, incredibly ugly. I don't know.
Adversely, what if they smelled really bad, and then because then you don't want them near you. If they smelled so bad, I would walk back to the other side of the grocery store and I'm just gonna go get one more stick of butter, and by the time I get back, the stinky person's gonna be gone.
I don't want to smell anybody good or bad, in public. I don't want people to be neutral smelling. But if somebody's real stinky, I would probably get out of the way, or maybe I would say something.
Yeah.
I'd say, you stink.
Hose them down.
Yeah, get the hose on them. What are they doing? I'm thinking about it, and I haven't had a lot of interactions with anybody in a long time. I don't know if I'm joking.
You haven't had a what with anybody?
I haven't had an interaction with a stranger in a long time.
Really?
But especially people asking me, has anybody ever asked you for a spot in line? Can I go ahead of you in line?
It's happened once. It has happened to me only once. And I said yes, because it was a lady holding one thing. But most of the time, I beat them to it. And if I turn around and I'm the last guy in line, and it's to the self-checkout area, and I see that there's going to be an available self-checkout booth available soon, and I see anybody, it could be anybody, and if they don't have a basket, because I just have a basket usually, the kind you hold under your arm. I don't have a shopping cart. So if I turn around and they're holding a basket with less, or even just they're just holding an item, and if they have a child, especially if they have a child, I'm just like, you just want to go. Why don't you just go ahead? Why don't you go ahead? I don't have any place to be. I have no place to be except for here. And you have a child with you, so. Yeah.
If you don't have that much stuff though, then it's not going to be much longer for them to wait.
That's true.
When you're driving.
This is just like that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm when he jumps in front of the handicapped guy, and the handicapped guy is like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Look, you had to stand out here while I peed for 15 seconds. I would have had to wait for you to muster down the hall with your crutches into the bathroom, and it would have taken you 3 minutes."
Yeah, who's in a hurry? Everybody's in such a big hurry, but when you're driving, and people are telling you to go, it's there's rules. You should always know who's going to go, and you shouldn't be, signaling people to go. It should be.
Yeah.
And if you have to do that, I try not to accept it. They're like, okay, come on, get in here. There's a space, and they're trying to tell you to drive in a way. I'm just like, no, you keep going. Let's just keep with the rules of driving. That's how we move efficiently on the road, So I think with the lines, just get in the line, buy your food. If you just have less stuff, then it should take less time. Why is everybody in a hurry? And are they in a hurry? Where are you going that you're in such a hurry? Everybody you want to drive quickly to get to a place, and then what?
Some people just drive like buttheads, just because they just be like that.
Yeah.
I used to be one of those people.
Oh yeah, what happened?
I would just I don't know. I I've always had like kind of a fun car. I think any car is going to be fun as long as it's like a sedan, you know. And so I would just be like driving way too fast and like, you know, whipping it around the corners and stuff. And a couple of times I've driven, you know, like way over the speed limit, like way over the speed limit, you know, like out somewhere in the country. When you're out there on them country roads, maybe you have to go visit somebody really far away. And so you start driving like in excess of like 90 miles an hour. It's highly reckless. You should really never do things like this. I cringe when I think about doing things like that because you can really fuck yourself up. And, oh, I swore on TV. You can really like get into a bad accident and kill yourself or kill somebody else. Anyway, so not good to do that. And one day I was driving like that, and a cop pulled me over, and I must have done something that really pissed him off, or he must have seen me do something that was like really stupid, because he came up to the window and he was like screaming at me, and he told me he was going to like take me to jail, but I didn't have any tickets. I hadn't had a ticket in a long time. But then I had to like, because I was driving so fast, and he gave me like, I think he might have given me like a reckless driving thing. I don't know if he did or not, but I was going too fast. It was like a thing where like there's a special ticket where you like you have to go to court. So like I went to, but I had to like hire a lawyer, and I had to pay like $400 to the lawyer just to hire the guy, and then I had to go to a class, and then I had to pay the court like $400 again, and then ever since then, I don't do stuff like that, I guess.
Now you're driving slower, so it worked, huh?
No, now I drive really safe.
Yeah, but
now I drive really safe all the time.
What if you had all the money in the world, then you'd just drive crazy?
But if I had what?
You had all the money in the world, then you could just drive crazy and pay your bills.
Yeah, just like,
Did you like, you didn't slow down in your life, though? Did you look at that and you're like, maybe I don't need to be in a hurry? Or is it like a legal thing?
No, I mean, every time I think I've been pulled over or something, I always know, like, you should be prepared for the worst. It's always probably best to prepare into the worst.
Yeah, well, the class was people talking to you, and their whole family was killed, and then they're like crying and telling you.
What'd you say?
They're like, my whole family is dead. In the class?
Oh, like if I had crashed and killed somebody?
No, they have the class, and then the class is you're sitting in the class, and then
stop. The dog's licking something. That's pretty much what it was like.
That's pretty much what it was like. What's the dog licking?
The leftover of the burrito that I had.
What'd you get the burrito?
On the plate. Where?
Yeah.
It was from a place here in town, just like a local place, and I just got the veggie burrito. Dr. Sexy in the chat, he also wanted to know what I think of Larry Carlton's guitar solo on Kid Charlemagne from the Royal Scam, and I regret to inform him that's like my least favorite of the Steely Dan albums.
It's Steely Dan.
Asia and Two Against Nature and Everything Must Go. Those are my favorite. And then the guy says that I'm too much, so maybe Dr. Sexy wants to go back to watching TV.
Yeah,
I'm going to minimize the chat so I can't see him talking
you don't
anymore.
You don't need to
probably
talk to
make
Dr.
my departure.
Dr. Sexy is talking, and then I think has a better time when he's asking questions but then not being responded to. What was the burrito? You had the veggie burrito. Why'd you get the veggie? Do you like meat?
No, I'm trying not to eat meat anymore.
Why?
Have you ever seen, there's a really sad animals video. You should watch it. It'll give you nightmares forever.
I've seen those.
You've seen those? Yeah, I'm just not really down with that. I'm going to, I think I'll still eat fish meat.
What have you been thinking? What did you think has been like that the whole time?
What did I think about what the whole time?
If you're eating meat, I think you got to watch those movies. Like, if you want to eat meat, you should watch those movies, and then you got to be like, I still want to eat the meat, because that's what I did, and I think it's been obvious to me that animals aren't being treated very well before you eat them, you know?
No. Yeah, see, no, I don't. It doesn't make me want to eat meat more. It makes me want to not. It makes me want to, like, hug a cow.
But you didn't think about that before that you watched this video? Like, you're not...
I had thought of it before. And this is, like, I've been trending down. I wasn't, like, slamming down quarter pounders, like, 2 weeks ago. This has been a gradual thing, So...
I want to slam down a quarter pounder. Yeah.
When I become president, everybody is going to you're going to get a cow for the block. People from the government are going to come by to make sure that you're treating the cow well. And then you guys can all kill the cow together, you and everybody on your block. You guys have all been feeding it stuff. You've all been taking care of it, helping take care of the cow. It's very healthy. It's very happy. Then you guys all shoot it and eat it and have a block party and eat quarter pounders.
I want the factory farm cows.
No, you can't have it. Sorry.
Oh. Well, what's in the veggie burrito? Is it potatoes?
No, it's just vegetables and beans and rice and guacamole, pico de gallo. I get cilantro and pico de gallo. Even though I know there's a lot of cilantro in pico de gallo, I still they load that up there.
I like cilantro. There's probably lard in it. At least on my local spot, there's lard in it.
In the beans?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's what makes it good.
I'll see. I know that's what makes beans good. I know it is what makes beans good.
Vegetarians.
I've also been I eat the beans in the can, and it's the pre-prepared in the can ones, and they don't say that they have lard in them, and they're very yummy.
Yeah. People go to the taco truck and they're like, this is the best veggie burrito I ever had. And that is because it's lard.
Yeah.
So the dog still likes it though?
Of course. This is a good dog.
What kind of plate?
He likes, what is it?
What kind of plate was it? What was the dog licking? Just like the plate?
Yeah, like a plate. I ate it off of. I had the microwave today. I bought the burrito at work, but then I was so busy, I just had to I didn't even have time to I didn't even take a bite out of it. So I just it's been sat in my truck, and then I just now, or before I called you, I microwaved it and then consumed it.
What's the dog's name?
His name is Chance Man.
Yeah, and you named him?
No, when I got him, his name was Chance, and then these people said we named him Chance because we wanted to give him a chance. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Sorry, I swore on TV again. Yeah. So then I was like, what am I gonna do? You can't share that. So I called him like Chance Pants, Chance Man, Chance Balls, Chan C. I like that one the most, but I put like Chan and then a dash and then C. Yeah.
But you just went with Chance Man now, but because the dog knows his name already before you...
I don't think you should mess with a dog's name. I think they get that. I think once the dog's got a name, you kind of just got to stick with it. Or at least pick something that sounds a lot like it.
I like the dog that comes with a name anyway, and you're like, this is the dog, here's a dog, this is his name. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, great, thanks.
But then you're like, then it's like your friends. Then the dog's like your friend instead of your like son, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's probably...
I think it's like, the dog sort of, they get their own, but I would prefer for the dog to just kind of have like, I don't know, a natural something happens. Like, I have a cat named Baby Boy, and he was always living up in the hood, and it's a small cat. It's like smaller than like your average cat, and so I would be like, hey, it's baby, look at this baby boy. Look at this baby boy, because I thought it was just a young cat, but he's fully grown anyways. Oh. That's why his name's like that. And like, that's the way it is. Like, if you get like a trail name, like, when you go out and hiking and camping with your friends, if you're this guy who's always tripping and falling into a puddle, everyone's going to call you, your name is now Puddle. And like, if you, that's when my new America, when everybody lives on the block and take care of the cow, you can get your own name too. And you can be like, farts all night, whatever you want to be.
Missouri Guy 2024, the show's about over.
Okay. Wow.
Thanks for talking today. You know that dog, the dog from Homeward Bound is named Chance.
Okay. And okay. All right. Do something for the homeless. Relieve the homeless.
Relieve them. The show's over.
Relieve them.
Thanks for watching. It's Monday. We're on TCTV, channel 22 at 11:30 and 2 a.m. Check it out. Yeah. YDHWM on YouTube. 360-3634. Calling message. Get on TV. Yeah. YDHWM.com. Check it out. TCTV Audio Library. It's a good song. Thank you. TCTV. The Baby. Dory Fabulous. Local Books. 4-star video. Southspy.com. Rebecca Mount Board Northwest. Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you. And viewers that you're watching. Thank you. Hey, John. Where are you? Call me. Hell yeah, dog. Bye.